Blue and Twix, what are you stinky boys up to? I tell you what, they are in rut and are pretty nasty right now. We were trimming hooves yesterday and wow, talk about sticky and yucky. Yep. You've definitely peed everywhere, haven't you? Even your face is getting a little excoriated from all the urine. Your lip. Goodness, Blue. Paula, what you doing over there? You napping in the sun? They've had their breakfast and they're just chilling out. Everybody's enjoying their breakfast. We've actually had some decent weather lately. I mean, it still gets in the 90s, but at least it's not over 100. And we've had a couple of mornings now in the 60s, which has been so awesome. We've actually been able to sit out on the deck and have a cup of coffee. So, been loving it. Hey everybody, welcome back to Ozark Mountain Goats. If you're new to our channel, my name is Josie and we raise Nigerian Dwarf Goats. So everybody's chowing down on their breakfast. Jim has already gotten them in the milk room and has milked everyone. All of our girls are in milk. They all kidded this past spring. What are you doing? Chewing on my fingers? Anyway, they all kidded this past spring and all of our babies have been sold and placed in their new homes, except for one. And that's what I wanted to tell you about today. Oh my goodness, you little tank. So this little nugget is Fancy's daughter. She had been sold and was just waiting for the transporter to take her to her new home when the buyer became ill and for health reasons was unable to get her. Anyway, we had wanted to keep her anyway, but had decided that we weren't going to keep any kids this year because we bought 3 Dolings from other breeders. But when she became available again, we decided that we wanted to keep her. So that's what we have done. And a couple of reasons that we wanted to keep Sylvie is because we've been really pleased with Fancy as a milker for us. She is the daughter of our girl Maya and our buck Blue. And Fancy doesn't have, you know, a real famous pedigree or anything, but we've got all of our girls doing milk testing this year, and Fancy has been our top doe every single time. So that's one of the reasons why we were happy to be able to keep one of her girls. Fancy was bred to Apollo, our silver buck from Flat Rock Farm. So this doeling is a product of that, which kind of, Luna, don't be chewing on me, kind of creates a couple of obstacles or challenges, I guess, going forward. For one thing, we'll have to figure out how we're going to wean this girl. I mean, obviously we know how to do it. It's just going to be a pain in the butt to wean her because we don't have any other baby to put her with. We've got some junior does that we can separate and give her a companion, but it'll just make it a little harder on us. Another issue is who are we going to breed Sylvie to once she gets big enough? We do not do line breeding and don't really want to do line breeding, which means if we did, she would either be bred to her father or her grandfather Blue. So Since we're not going to do line breeding with Sylvie, that means we have to purchase another buck or buy some semen or do what they call driveway breeding, I guess you might say, where you either bring a buck in or you take the doe to the buck. And I don't know for sure what we're going to do yet, but I have a feeling we'll probably be getting another buck, which means we really don't have a need for our weather companion Twix. So we will be looking for a home for Twix. And while I'm at it, I need to thank one of our viewers and commenters, Cindy, for coming up with the name Sylvie. She had never been named because I was waiting for the breeder, to name her, and Cindy suggested calling her Sylvia. So we did go ahead and register, and her name is Sylvia, and she's called Sylvia for short. So that's kind of the plan going forward, is to breed Sylvie to an undetermined buck when the time is ready. Now, as far as our breeding plans for this fall, we're going to breed, kind of depends on heat cycles, but we hope to breed 2 or 3 of them in October, 2 or 3 of them in November, and then the smallest girls, if they're ready, they will be bred in December, and that would be Casey, Candy. I have no doubt that Juliet will be ready, and we'll see how it goes with Sylvie. We like our girls to be at least 45 to 50 pounds, and right now she's 3 months old and she weighs over 20 pounds, so it's very possible that she might be ready by December. I don't really want to go into January if I don't have to, only because come May, June, the flies get really bad, and I hate having newborn babies when we've got lots of flies and parasites and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But if we have to wait another year on her, we will. Sylvie was born, I believe, in May. So anyway, she just turned 3 months old. So we're really excited that we're able to keep this little girl. She's quite a character too. She's got quite the personality. She's a lot of fun, and she's pretty to boot. So we'll probably have our girls on milk test for at least another couple of months, which will take us through October into November before we start to dry them up. Everybody is doing really well on milk test and typically have an A or a B rating. A is our top doe, and again, Fancy has been our top doe every single time. A couple of the other girls have fluctuated between top and above average, so we're getting a good amount of milk out of them, and the butter fat is really good too. Jim's been working with our junior does, getting them to come into the milk room, and they're doing really well at that. Actually, Casey runs right in, gets on the milk stand, puts her head through the little slat thing, and eats right out of the feeder. She's so cute. There's my Candy Kiss. Candy Kiss and Casey. You're a pretty girl. Yes, you are. My hair. What's going on my hair? You're a pretty girl. You're a pretty girl. Look at you pretty girls. Just look at you pretty girls. My girl Sylvie. Yes, you are. There's Juliet and Fancy. What you think, Fancy girl? We're keeping your baby. Yep, you're the lucky one. Fancy and Sylvie. And my pretty Juliet. So thanks for watching, everybody. We sure appreciate it. Be sure and hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Ring that notification bell. And as always, we'll catch you later.